Right, so welcome, guys. Welcome to our live sessions at King Mighty Official. So today is very special. We are going to look at something really, really important to your business. And these live sessions are every Monday, just to let you know, for those that are joining in for the very first time. And they are very special and they are so enlightening. And we are improving them. We are going to do greater things. Starting next week, we are going to have much more technical presentation so that we can get as much value. We are going to have all people from all over the world joining us, so it's very important. Share this with your loved one if you want to support them in whatever they do. Right. So I will quickly. Okay. Today we are going to look at something really important, and I will quickly just have a look at something short before we get started, while we get other people to join us as well. So um, some reason my camera is off. I don't know why, but I'll try to get it back. Let's have a look at what's the problem. Does anyone see my camera? Does anyone see me? My camera seems to have gone off. Okay, it's back. So it was a technical kind of thing. So, right. So today we are going to look at the one secret that will transform your life for forever, right? And ideally, this is something really important, something that um, I learned it along the way, but I didn't practice this until a bit later, but after a bit of hard hustle, right? So you don't need to go through the hustle. This one secret that I'm going to share with you today is everything. It's everything when it comes to success in business. And I'll tell you why most businesses struggle. One of the main reasons, and one of the greatest reasons, when people talk about 90% failure rate, out of 100 businesses that start, let's say in a year, the beginning of the year, or let's say whenever, in a year's period, it's said that only 1% make it. Well, 10%, well, if, survive that year. And of course, later on, it's also said that 1% of that 10% actually make it, right? But why? And this is the reason, and this is the secret I'm going to share with you, right? So, and if you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Nicholas Mighty. An entrepreneur, I'm a coach, right? And I major on achievement. I'm very, very keen on achievement. How do you actually win in your business, in your life, in personal life, business life? It doesn't matter. The principles seem to be the same, right? If you can master achievement in the small areas of your life, then it's very important. It's almost automatic, almost automatic. And I'll tell you what, I've used the word small, but there is nothing small when it comes to your own life. There is nothing such as a small thing when it comes to your personal life. Like Jim Rohn said, everything, every discipline affects the other. So everything that you do affects the other. Everything, almost everything. And I'll tell you what, start waking up early in the morning to jog and do it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 90 days. And I'll tell you that will transform your business as well, right? If you do it well, if you do it, choose a time and stick to that schedule. That will transform your life. It will transform your business. It will transform almost every area of your life. So everything matters, right? But this is not what people tell you. Most people say, well, you just gotta, business is business. It's not true. Start with your personal life. If you wanna make some changes that are actually legit, right? Changes that are real. And if you make those changes, everything else within your life, I'm telling you, within your business, sorry, will begin to change, will begin to be transformed. So Everything affects the other, right? If you're late today, you're going for a family maybe meeting or kind of to meet your family, and you're late, and you're constantly late. Now that will, of course, transfer into your daily activities and eventually creep into your business. Maybe you miss an appointment with an investor, a very important meeting. You find yourself caught up, and however the circumstances arrange themselves for you to get caught up, I don't even know, but somehow things seem to rearrange themselves. If you're used to living a certain way of life, you may not escape that life for one day. No matter how much you plan, you might still get late. So, very important for us to really, 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 really pay attention to the details, even in our own lives, right? Very, very, very important. But hey, drop me some comments. Let me know, what your experience is so far running your own digital online business, I call it, right? What's your experience, right? And what can you share with the rest? It's everything is about sharing, right? But I'm going to share that one secret that will transform your business for forever. And I'm telling you, this will change everything. And I'll tell you what it is, right? Um, we have a problem, when it comes to life in general, but it goes into business as well. And that's why I started from the point of talking about why everything affects the other, why the daily disciplines affect the other. Very important. Why? And the thing is, this creeps into business, right? The little disciplines, they affect the business as well. They affect your business, they affect how you do things, they affect how you relate with your partners, with your employees. They do affect. And I'm telling you, if you remember these words, they will save you someday, right? Now, the biggest problem we have is this: most people are actually just following, right? They join, let's say, Aggressive Achievement, which is our group, right, at King Mighty Official. We have a group called Aggressive Achievement. It's really aggressive achievement, just like the name. Now, when people join that group, most people are just following. They're just following. He said, do this. He said, do that. He said, he said. But they never sit down to actually put that thing to work and see what it produces in their own lives, right? And that's a big problem. And so the one secret that I learned that changed my life for forever, and that's in business and in life, is don't be a follower, be a student. Right. So that statement, don't be a follower, be a student. It changed my life. It changed everything about me. It changed the way I do things. And I'll tell you what, most people, and I'll give you an example, right? Now, I love Google. Google has given us so much solutions, but there are people that are just following Google in terms of online business. They are following Google and grinding every day. Now, you don't have to follow Google. You don't have to follow King Mighty Official, right? And by following, I don't mean or click the subscribe button or follow and all of these kind of things. I'm talking about far from that. All I'm trying to say is invent, innovate, where you have to. Most people have followed Google to the extent that they don't have a dream of their own, right? And that's ridiculous. That's sick. That actually destroys business. It destroys everything. It disrupts the reason why you actually started your business. You had an idea, and now you're listening to all of these kind of things, recommendations by Google. Google will reject you if you do this and if you do that, and if you so it's based on rules that have been set up by Google, right? You must write blog posts that are this length and this length in order to rank, and all those kind of things. But there is a better way. There is a better way, and that way that I'm going to share with you is really, really amazing. It's called the way of intuition, right? Listening to your heart. Very, very, very important. If you want to really run a successful business, respect your idea in the first place. Respect your idea, right? I mean, when you receive an idea, many times you come to think about it. You're walking in the park, and an idea, it comes to mind, right? Now it's not from your thinking. It's just like it's dropped. Okay. Now that's um something divine that we can't explain, in just language. It's just divine. It's just, a light bulb, right? That's been turned on. Now, when you get that idea, you notice that when you begin to think about it, things begin to become difficult because now your mind is trying to process how this is going to work. And it ain't going to work that way. So, the same way you received an idea was by inspiration. Just make sure you keep up the inspiration. Listen to people who have achieved in a similar way or in a similar area or niche. And, once you start to listen to them, you get ideas, you get inspiration. Listen to them every day. It's very different from just following. Just following. You're just following Google. Google say, let's do this and let's do that. And let's write 1,000 blog posts in order to rank. And, it's so fascinating. And when you look at some of the richest people, I mean, people who have really made it, I'm not even just talking about the richest people in the world, but I'm talking about people who have made it in online business. Most of them don't even have channels. They don't have content that they share. They don't have blog posts, right? It's ridiculous. So when you look at such things, what do they tell you? You know, we have been framed to just follow. Just following somebody, because they have said, you know, it's sick and it prevents you from actually innovating and finding your way through. So it's very, very important that you respect your ideas. Make sure you just, you somehow make sure you somehow always listen. It's very important. If you listen, you will always get, that inspiration, and that inspiration is everything. So don't just follow. Be a student, learn and implement. A student learns and implements, and of course, listens to their heart, and they choose the direction where to go, right? That's what a student does. That's what, real education is supposed to be, right? You learn something, you go and practice, right? And of course, you practice and become innovative as well. You add your innovation to it. So it's very, very important. So that one secret actually changed my business life for forever. And guess what? I heard it from Jim Rohn, right? Jim Rohn is one of my teachers, mentor, and he's been, he ever since I started listening to him, my life changed. And he's one of the few people that I actually listen to, right? So every time I have, headsets, I'm listening to Jim Rohn because he has some great stuff to share with us, right? So very important. Otherwise, hey, let me know what you think. How is your business getting on? Share with me in the comments, right? Drop me a comment or drop me a DM, depending on where you're hearing this from. Drop me a message and let me know, hey, I'm doing well, or I've got this challenge, right? Do it while I still can help, because sometimes I really get busy, supporting my students, through the 6 weeks. I've got a 6 weeks training that I do, and it teaches somebody from zero, right? So let's say you had nothing, you had that desire to start an online business, right? For a specific reason, and I always respect the desire and where it's coming from. So, and that's why before taking on any student, I really, really ask them questions as to why do you really wanna start, an online business? And some of them say things like, well, I saw an advert and I was inspired to do this and all of that. And then when you ask them what they do in their daily life, and they say, well, I'm a carpenter. And you're like, well, you're a carpenter and um, you want to sell cars online, right? That's ridiculous. I mean, that will make money in the short run, but is that business sustainable? That's the problem. It's not sustainable because you're going to end up forcing it, right? You're going to end up waking up every day and dreading, it's not natural. And that's what I'm trying to say. Now, there is nothing wrong with going for that because you can actually, make a living. You can make money, you can do something, but long term, it's going to cost you, because every time you start something and you don't follow up, you don't follow through, That's where the problems come in. So it's very, very important that you remember, um, that you must have a genuine desire and a genuine interest within the field in which you're starting out. Right now, anything can make you money, so there is no worry. Anything can make you money, but what you want to do is to really, really stretch that and make it as a long lasting way to really earn a living. It could be passive income, it could be um, it could be just income that's not passive, but you're involved every day and it's natural and it's something that you love to do. Maybe it's connected to something that you do already, and that's everything when it comes to building a real business. And that's what I teach: how to build a wildly successful and sustainable online business. That's majorly my 6 weeks of training, right? So, but it bases on those, bases on interest, it bases on a genuine desire in a field. Are you really interested? Is it something that you've done before? And I'm not talking about doing it for money. It could be at a job, right? Because that will awaken the desire that was already in. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this. I'm gonna keep this short. Next week, right? Now, depending on when you're watching this, you could watch it in the future because these are recorded and left on the channels, right? Next week, we are going to start real trainings, real hardcore training. So, make sure you invite somebody, right? Make sure you attend to these. And if you've never attended these sessions, next week we are going to look at. Let me just have a quick look at the calendar, um, just to make sure that I have the right topic we are going to cover next week, because they've been planned along the month. So next week we are going to cover how to. Oh, it's actually how to find your first. No, how to start your first print on demand, how to start a print on demand business. So that's what we are going to cover. So we are going to go through different options, how to set yourself up, branding options. I will give you some branding options if you don't have a website, and then if you want to choose something that is already done, let's say Shopify, that option is available. So we will go through the options next week, and that will be most probably already another month. It could be the second. Will it be? I'll just quickly confirm when this actually is going to be. I know it's on Monday, and Monday will be it will be the second. I'm right. So Monday the 2nd of May, we are going to start real hardcore trainings, of how to start a business, genuine business, right? And that might be broken down into different parts depending on the length. But we are going to cover print on demand first on the 2nd of May. So hey, don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. Follow us, right? King Mighty Official. Amazing, amazing content that I bring for you. I'm not going to teach you how to go and follow and find all of these kind of things. I teach you what works, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm not teaching you stuff that I haven't prepared and stuff that I haven't set up. I'm showing you everything that I'm showing you from experience. And hey, I'm telling you, this is going to be life changing for you wherever you are, whatever you're doing. This is going to be worthwhile. So, thank you very much. I will see you next week. And before I sign out, I'm just going to have a look if there is any comments, right? Any comments that need my answer in the chat. Um, Okay, and if you find it difficult to listen to what I'm speaking, because someone told me, "Oh, you're so fast." Now, I don't think I'm really fast, but hey, um, depends on who is listening. Then you can always slow this down depending on the platform where you are. So, hey, thank you very much. I hope you remain on top of your game. Don't forget, don't overthink. And that's what we covered in the last live session. Overthinking kills business. It's one of the three things that have done kill. They just destroy everything that you do. Remember, listen to your heart every time. And whenever you get instructions from yourself, from inside, when you get instructions, action them. Don't think about them, because the moment you begin to think, problems will start. So don't think before you start. Okay. Now I'm not talking about the planning sessions. The planning sessions are different. You plan, you strategize. But I'm talking about, where you have to actually get going, right? You've received an idea, hit it, hit the ground, run it, and you will see results. I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful week ahead.